Hay una percepción bastante distintiva que es sobre postcoital, premortem. Es un, la edición es interesante porque en la dirección de Kai habla sobre en cómo mantener pues, la compostura ante un videoclip. Yo sé que el componente del videoclip en blanco y negro es más clásico, más poético, pero cómo se pues, visualiza en ese caso, que lo hizo en ese videoclip ponerlo blanco y negro y no pues a color, porque siento yo que los de color sería como bueno, no sé, ahí la percepción.
Talking about postmortem, I think is the name. Um, there is an interesting decision about this video clip, and it's also the color because it's on black and white. We know that somehow, if it has been done in color, you can you can show more. But we want to know about that decision because it gives like another treatment to that material in particular.
Post-coital premortem. That was the music video for my debut song, which debut single from my album coming up. And we began writing that about this time last year, and when Nicole Vegas, who I know you guys have had on your show before, she's a good friend of mine. When she and Sean Phillips, the director of Desert Fiends, put out a call they were looking for like cool alternative rock or metal songs for their soundtrack. I submitted mine, and thankfully they really liked it, and the song was pre-licensed to this film with a lot of exciting names and some of my favorite actors attached to it, like Eric Roberts and Biling and Lorelei Linklater, and Tom Arnold. The list goes on, but it was real exciting. So that happened, and then I was really adamant that there needed to be like a visual component, like a music video to accompany it. And I prioritized that over doing any other work on the album, which subsequently, I've resumed. So we shot this, the music video is very film noir inspired, but also has like kind of elements of, gothic horror movies. I've always loved those two styles or subgenres of film, atmospherically and photographically. And I really wanted to, see if I could get the two to power clash. Because the song in and of itself kind of has a schizophrenic quality, as does my character in it. The character I play in the music video is many kind of have their own interpretations, which is great because I want that. But the character I played as envisioned was, this male slasher villain who, like a lot of the Ed Gein inspired, famous slasher villains like Norman Bates, Buffalo Bill, or Leatherface. He has a female alter ego. When who he's in character when he slays his victims. But I thought it would be interesting if instead of kind of these blunt murder sequences, if instead he was so comfortable in his female alter ego, and he was like a femme fatale, I guess kind of in line with like Sharon Stone in Basic Instinct. So that was pretty fun. That was that was great experience shooting that. And we shot the whole thing in like 6 hours. We just had, I think the biggest piece of advice I can give to any actor, filmmaker, whoever is get kind of an enclosed area with different rooms, like get like versatile remote locations all within the same vicinity, because we got to do a lot with just very little room, and it all worked out. Minimal crew, and yeah, it was great. And we're hoping to shoot the video for the next song, Read Alpha Remnants, soon. And what else is there? I think those who have seen the music video for Postcoital Premortem, what's funny is that a lot of one thing I've heard a lot is that it's there's a certain element of dark humor to it, that some people pick up on, some don't. Some people, they think it's just kind of gratuitous and provocative and gross, and other people think that it's kind of hilarious in a sense, which I was kind of going for both. I mean, I think there was an element of dark humor in the fact that the detective who consummates with my character is so entranced with the woman in the video, her her kind of superficial aesthetic trappings of that made the woman of the era of old Hollywood, with the cocktail dress and the pillbox hat and the satin gloves and the cigarette holder. And he's so kind of transfixed by these superficial apparel that he doesn't realize that it's another man who he has sex with. So
before I let my friend do the question, yeah, that's a great advice. The one about the location.
Oh yeah.
And great names you mentioned. Some names have been on the channel. Hopefully the other names appear here. But yeah, man, I know that Simon because I admire those people. So kudos. And I will let Jhon. Jhon, dale.
Hay un corto bastante chévere que se llama Dissolve Girl. Un consejo sería buenísimo que esta representación lo hicieras en un libro. Sería bueno porque habla de una distopía, habla sobre la política, habla sobre, obviamente, el comportamiento humano, que hay que actuar ante estas situaciones. ¿Alguna vez sacarás libro? Y también cómo es su experiencia con Alessandra Faye, porque, bueno, ella es gran amiga de Diana Norris, así es que bueno, coméntame un poco sobre ello.
Okay, we know that it was a long time ago, but yeah, man, again with Dissolved Girl, but now the short film in itself, first, and correct us if we are wrong. You had grown, because we know that you grow your sons, but you have grown a boot or something, because this character, I know, we know that needs another platform. And how was the experience working with Alessandra? She's a friend of Diana Norris. Diana Norris is a big friend of the channel. So tell us more about it. We know it was a long time, but we need to know, man.
And it was it was a good experience. We shot it in the middle of the pandemic. Actually in the midst of the pandemic, at the height of it. So it was all hands on deck. So yeah. The cast and the crew, everyone, it was like 6 of us in a little garage. Again, taking a small location and dressing it for various locations. But yeah, no, everyone was really cool, and we all were on the same page, and we just flew by for that 3-day shoot. With the character who I play in my music video for Postcoital Premortem. Yeah, I mean, in future music videos, there are plans to portray a similar character. Both myself and other, cast members kind of joining in to expand that universe. So yeah, I'm real excited for that. We kind of have a similar premise for the next video we're going to shoot, but that one is going to be, I think it's going to be even more elaborate and more violent too.
Y me parece súper interesante que ojalá haya puede extenderse a una película. Siempre hemos tenido, pues, actores, directores que, bueno, han participado en cortos y que luego se hacen películas. Yo sí me gustaría ver una película de Sinners Lullaby, porque es bastante chévere de abarcarse y quería saber si has tenido pensado ese reto.
Somehow you got the challenge of doing like a movie or short film somehow about Sinners Lullaby. We know that there is a video clip, but expanded, man, expanded because it's like we were talking. It's a really cool idea that can be shown in more medias.
You know, sort of a bold but premature attempt to turn it into adapt it into a feature film. I spent a few years trying to do that, and I kept getting kind of lost and mixed up with the wrong people and a bunch of fucking wackos who didn't know what they were doing, and that it was a difficult experience that I kind of took a step away from to focus on compounding my career musically, which was always something that I was anticipating, but I wasn't sure if or when it could happen. But that came more naturally to me than some of the directorial pursuits I'd had. And my good friends Kim and Catherine Kluge, who are the composers for the second, or I guess rather now the third to last Martin Scorsese picture, Silence, with Liam Neeson. They approached me a few years ago, and they were real interested in it, just in its rough scripted form, and they're attached to it for when the time comes. I've just but for a long time it wasn't working out, trying to get it off the ground, and but I've kind of, and having taken a step back from it to focus on my music, that actually has opened more doors cinematically. I mean, it led me to connecting with Jhon and Nicole of Desert Fiends, and that kind of that whole family, and now there are a few other films that I'm attached to, even to appear in front of the camera too. So for all intents and purposes, music, performing, acting, everything. When I return to Sinner's Lullaby, I think I'll be all the better for it. I think, I'm glad that it didn't get, made as my, 20, 21-year-old self envisioned it. And of course, the younger you are, the faster you change. So I'm saying this now, just being, a few months shy of 23. So I'm like retrospecting over pretty, recent events. But again, a lot has changed so quickly, and, there's a lot that, suddenly I've become elucidated to. So, no, definitely the intention is in time to adapt that into a feature film. The album, and doing all the performing and touring and music videos and soundtrack collaborations and everything. I could go either way. I mean, hopefully it works out.
And what we can expect about, because as a final question, because you told us that your concept, you're focusing more on your music and your music videos. So any insight or something that we can expect of you as a composer now, like stay ahead for this project, or stay close to this, like this new material. I don't know, man. The camera is yours. Tell us.
My upcoming song. The next single is coming out on the 12th of January, kicking off 2024 with a bang. So that this next song is called His Girl Friday the 13th, and it's my third single from the album, and everyone at the studio and those who have heard it It's widely regarded as being my best one so far. I agree with that. I think so too. So I'm excited for everyone to hear it.
And man, Jhon is asking me a favor because you got a picture with the amazing Alice Cooper. We got the loot to interview Tommy Henriksen, he's his guitar player. Hopefully someday with Alice. And no, man, I don't know if Jhon got more questions. Jhon, ¿tienes más preguntas? Ya le dije lo de Tommy.
Tengo una última. ¿Cómo define su trabajo en una palabra? Eso le gusta de las preguntas de él. Así que es bueno que...
Okay. Yeah, man. And as a final, try to define your work, your career, the things that you do in one word.
Entertaining.
It serves.
Yeah. I mean, some in the last year, I've gotten several adjectives like, provocateur or shocker or whatever. And, I don't, those aren't bad, adjectives or descriptions to receive, especially, if you're doing horror related stuff. But my goal is never really to shock. It's just to entertain. And perhaps, for me, those two are synonymous. I just gravitate towards things, towards films and music and entertainers that, they have strong personalities and, they're pretty unapologetically eccentric and weird. And, they both them and the art they make really holds, an attention span and kind of flips everything that you were expecting over on its ass. So, yeah, more of that.
Man, the camera is yours. Tell your social media so people can follow you.
Yeah, so I'm mainly active on Instagram, and that's just my name, Kai, Kai, Kaldro, Kaldro.
Kai, gracias por la oportunidad.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. No, this was a good opportunity. I appreciate it. And it was good seeing you both. Be in touch.
Be in touch, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.